Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 dump bag meal ideas. I love dump bag meals because it just makes the whole of your week so much less stressful, because you know, if you pull a meal out the night before the freezer, then you pop it in your slow cooker in the morning, and when you come home from work or the school run, your dinner is ready. So when you're prepping for dump bag meals, it is quite a lot of prep. It probably takes you about 2 hours to prep everything, but it is totally worth it, like I said. If you're watching this video and you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. I post loads of different videos like this. I also post lots of different food inspiration on my Instagram. So if you like that sort of thing, then I would love to have you here and over on my Instagram as well. So with all that said, I'm going to rewind this tape, take you back to before I did all of these, and show you what I am creating. So what I'm going to start off by doing is my sticky cauliflower and sticky tofu. So they're both basically exactly the same recipes, but I'm just showing you how to do it with cauliflower and with tofu. I've already cut this into little chunks like that. Into both bags, you want to put half a cube of veg stock. You want to put 1 heaped teaspoon, I would say, of ginger. You want 1 heaped teaspoon of garlic. And then you want 1 heaped tablespoon of onions. Then you want to go in with about 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. And then you want to also have 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. This is going to give it a really, really nice rich flavor. 1 tablespoon of soy. 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. This is actually tomato and garlic paste, but if you've just got tomato paste, that works just as well. And then lastly, you want a teaspoon of cornstarch. This is just going to thicken everything up in your sauce and make sure that it kind of reduces down and goes really nice and sticky. Right, so these meals, what I would do is either just put them in a frying pan and then fry them off like that and let everything reduce down. But my cauliflower, I'd probably put in the slow cooker. So when you make this meal, you can do it now if you want to, but I would add about 200 mils of water as well. So like I said, you can add that in now, but what I do is when I start cooking it, I just add in the water then. Zip them up and they're ready to store. Okay, the next meal I'm going to do is my vegan chili. This is actually really delicious. This was my Sunday meal last week, so I'm going to link it down in my description box for you. Okay, so you can pretty much put any veggies in here you like, but I have got some carrots. You want to just make sure you dice them quite small. I've got some mixed peppers in here. I've got 2 sticks of celery. I'm going to put 1 veg stock in here. I'm going to be quite generous with my onions, so I'm going to just kind of, probably it works out to be a whole onion that you're going to put in here. And then you also want to put the equivalent of about 4 cloves of garlic in here as well. Next up, I have got these mixed beans. They come in a spicy tomato sauce, which really helps with the flavor in this dish. So you just want to empty that in there. I have also got some Bortelli beans, but you can use red kidney beans, whatever beans you fancy. These come in water, so you just want to drain the water off and add those in. You want 1 cup of red lentils, and then you want a couple of herbs as well. So you want 1 teaspoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons of mixed herbs, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and then you want 2 bay leaves as well. Once you've got everything in there, just let all the air out, and then it's ready to go. Because you have your stock cube in here as well, I would add 600 mils of water, give it all a nice mix around, let it cook for 7 hours, and when you come home from work, it's going to be amazing. Right, next I'm going to do a bit of a different dump bag meal. So I'm going to be doing a pesto, but instead of me putting it in a dump bag, I'm going to put it straight into my little NutriBullet container, because this is how I make my pesto. I just blitz it up in the NutriBullet. It's really, really quick and easy. So you want 1 vegetable stock to go in. You want quite a lot of basil. Then I use some cashew nuts. So you want to kind of put like half a handful of cashew nuts in. You want to get an avocado. Now I have got a huge avocado here because this just makes it really, really nice and creamy. So you want to go in with the whole avocado here. You also want about 2 cloves of garlic in here. I like to put some kale in as well. You literally just have to squash everything down. It's all going to get blitzed up anyway. Or if you have a bigger NutriBullet container, then use that. but we're nearly at the end now. So kale, and then you want a squeeze of your lemon juice, and then finally lots of olive oil. So what I also like to do is when I'm making my pasta for this, I like to take off some of the pasta water and include it into here too. So I'll probably say about 5 tablespoons of your pasta water into here, blitz it up in your NutriBullet, and then you just pour it over your pasta once it's ready, and it's a really delicious sauce. Right, next I'm going to be making 2 curries. So these curries are basically the same but with different kind of vegetables in there. So I'm just going to do them together like I did the first lot. So I'm going to do 1 sweet potato and runner bean curry, and the other one is going to be almost like a curry soup. So yeah, what you need for these is 1 vegetable stock to go in each. You need to have probably about half an onion for each as well. You want about 4 cloves of garlic, and then 1 heaped tablespoon, which is probably going to be like a nub of ginger as well. Okay, so in our soup curry, we're going to put in some carrots. So how I've diced my carrots are kind of long and thin, just like this. So you want to stick those in. I've got 2 carrots there. And then I have cut my runner beans just like that. So I've top and tailed them, and then I've cut them in half. So I'm going to add half these runner beans into this soup mix, like that. And then I add the other half into this curry. I then want to add in a whole tin of coconut milk into both curries. Sweet potato into this curry, as it's going to be your sweet potato curry. And then I've got 1 tin of red curry paste. I'm just going to put half in each of these different bags. And then I'm going to go in with 1 teaspoon of mixed herbs into each of the bags too. And lastly, I'm going to squeeze some lime juice into each of these as well. Right, so your sweet potato and runner bean curry is now ready. When you put this in your slow cooker, you just want to add about 400 mils of water, and that's going to cook through really nicely with it. Because you've already got the vegetable stock in there, all you need to add is the water, so just take the air out of that, and your meal's ready for the freezer. When it comes to your ramen curry, you also want to add in some rice noodles. So you want to do those at the end when this is ready to serve in about sort of 5 minutes, because these, all they need to do is kind of heat through and they are cooked. So you leave this as it is, and then when you're ready to cook it, you want to add in about, I would say, 1,000 mils of water with your stock cube that's already in there. And then that'll give it a really nice kind of like soupy texture, so it won't be too thick. And then add in your rice noodles. If you need to add a little bit more water, then do so. But other than that, this is ready to go in the freezer as well. Right, the next meal I want to show you is to do jackfruit fajitas. So I've actually never ever tried jackfruit before, but I've heard such good things about it. So I'm really, really keen to try this. And when I show this, how it's like the end result on here, I will write down below what I think of it. But I think it's going to be really, really nice. So I've got 2 tins of jackfruit, and they come in water. So I'm just going to drain the water off. This is how the jackfruit comes, but obviously if you're a vegan or a veggie, I'm sure you guys have seen these many times before. But if you're someone like me who isn't a vegan or veggie, but just fancies trying something a little bit different, then that's what it looks like. Almost a little bit like pineapple, I think. So once your jackfruit's in your bag, you then want to add in one of these fajita sachets. I know you could probably make this mix yourself, but I just find it so much easier to use one of these. And then you want to add in some peppers as well. So I have diced up 2 peppers here, so I'm going to add those in here. But then what I want to do when I come to cook this is add some more peppers in at the end for a little bit of a crunch. So these ones will go in and cook for the whole time with the jackfruit in the slow cooker. But then, like I said, to have that little bit of crunch, I'm going to be adding some more. And then I'm finally going to add in a few onions as well. And that one's all ready to freeze as well. Okay, my final dish is going to be some veggie quesadillas. So obviously you need some wraps for this as well when you put it together, but all of this can be cooked in the slow cooker, and then all you need to do is put it together, like I said, with the wraps. So you're going to add some onion in here. This is what I actually like to do when I do dump bags. If I've got some containers that I can use, instead of using the bags, however I do reuse the bags, then I will do. So this one I'm doing in a little container as I have one. So yeah, I've put in some onions. I want to put in about 4 cloves of garlic. I've also got this very lazy chili. So we don't have like loads and loads of chili in our meals because of the kids, but I'm just going to put in 1 teaspoon of that. I'm also going to add in some sweet corn. And then 2 tins of the mixed beans in a spicy tomato sauce. Then I've got 2 peppers as well to go in, 1 teaspoon of mixed herbs, the juice of a lime, and lastly a veggie stock. So when I come to cook this, I'll pop this all into the slow cooker. And then probably about half an hour before serving, I'll just add in some kale as well to give it a bit of a crunch. And then I'll lay a wrap in a pan, kind of fry it off a little bit to get it a bit of a crispy edge. And then I'll ladle all of this mixture into the wrap, put another wrap on top, and then make my quesadilla that way. Right, so that's the end of it. I'm all prepped, ready, and everything's ready to go either in the fridge for a couple of days, or if I'm not going to use the meals in the next couple of days, I put them in the freezer to last till the end of the week. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget, these bags are totally reusable. Once I've put the contents into my slow cooker, I just rinse them out and then I soak them in warm water for a little bit to make sure everything comes out of them, and then I reuse them next time I make dump bag meals as well. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.